We've got the Onondaga Redhawks taking on the Edmonton Warriors. We'd like to introduce the Redhawks first. Starting with the goalies, number 1, Braxton Jones. Number 30, Kobe Gibson. 2, Carson Colucci. 4, John Pierce. 5, Jaden Jimerson. 6, Nelson Jones. 7, Rio Johnson. 10, Bruce Benedict. 15, Gabe Edwards. 17, Hayden Hemlock. 18, Parker Booth Jr. 19, Nick Thomas. 20, Trevor Hill. 21, John Lou Moreno. 22, Mason Homer. 23, Bryce Stout. 25, Rob Hill. 33, Bryant Moses. 35, Lyndon Hill. 43, Mike Quick. 44, Vern Cook Jr. 66, Brett Bucktooth. 73, Jack Rice. 74, Garin John. 77, Brawl Adams. And number 88, Arrow Booth. And now for the Warriors. Number 30, Lucas Bielek. Number 15, Carson Wells. 0, Ben Royer. 4, Coleman Carey. 6, Liam Elliott. 7, Brody Stashniak. 8, Sebastian Simonson. 9, Cole Stashniak. 10, Kyler Andrews. 12, Dane Menon. 14, Graham Dickin. 15, Jaden Wibbs. 16, Christian Lanthier. 17, Josh Dewart. 19, Luke Royer. 20, Levi Wolney. 21, Max Janosek. 22, Brandon Onofrachuk. 23, Miller Scrimshaw. 32, Lachlan Gordon. 39, Caden Flett. 42, Rex Wolney. 77, Caden Gulka. 88, Liam Pennick. And number 91, Aiden Wellner-Bate. Port Coquitlam and the Founders Cup would like to pay respect and acknowledgement that today's game is taking place on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Coquitlam First Nation, which lies within the shared territories of the Tsleil-Waututh, Katzie, Musqueam, Kaikite, Squamish, and Stolo nations. We thank the Coquitlam First Nation who continue to live on these lands and care for them along with the waters and all that is above and below. And now we ask for you to stand and honor the playing of the national anthems.
Yo Day 4, game number 2, and another great matchup moments away from joining on your screens. Welcome back to the John Bailey Arena, and welcome back to BC Sports TV. Ladies and gentlemen, Tino Fair here, your voice for this one, and the late game following afterwards. But let's get you through this one first before we get too ahead of ourselves. As I mentioned, a massive one coming down between the 3-0 Edmonton Warriors and the 1-2 Onondaga Redhawks, looking to try to even up their record and hand the Warriors their first loss to the Founders Cup. So let's get you some starting goaltenders here, shall we? And we'll start off in the Warriors crease. And back in between the pipes goes Carson Wells. He's played in all 3 of Edmonton games to this point. Looked incredible, especially in the second half of the game last night in their win over Poco. Comes into this one with a goals against average of an even 9 and a .796 save percentage. Meanwhile, across the floor, wearing these beautiful red jerseys here for the Onondaga Redhawks, it's Lyndon Hill. Through 3 games, goals against average of 11.67 and a .795 save percentage. 1 assist to his name as well. Meanwhile, Carson Wells, in terms of goaltending assists, leads through the Founders Cup with 3. And we are underway with the first possession going the way of Onondaga. Righties go to work first. Lefty strong on this set, however, is Rio Johnson. Leading scorer here for the Redhawks. Fires a shot, a sidearm bouncer, and the first save of the game goes to Carson Wells. So they get the reset. Fake shot, now cutting through, returned over to the lefties. Here's Brett Bucktooth Jr. Far side feed, and tight save by Wells. Trevor Hill tried to outreach the stretching Wells. And I got a message as well last night because I made a comment about the height of Carson Wells, and I had it wrong. I said, George, I said he was about 6'3", 6'2". Turns out he's actually 6'6". So there's your confirmation. Certainly the tallest goaltender in the Founders Cup by a wide margin. I should say by a tall margin is what I should say. Here come the Redhawks over center. Back to the offense they go. Braille Abrams pressured from the perimeter, keeping possession and sending it to Johnson. Looking for a shot lane, takes that one, blocked. Still 10 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Now over to the righties. Abrams shot, bouncer, stopped by Wells. That'll go out of play and they'll get the fresh 30 again. Heads up play there by Abrams. Just throw that one towards the goal. Let Wells catch a piece of it. Now Garen John, near side feed. Off target, and here come the Warriors streaking through. Saved by Lyndon Hill. And that's his first save of the game, and he's gonna draw, or excuse me, not he, because it was Lachlan Gordon drawing the penalty on his drive through from his own side of center. And this Edmonton power play is brought to you by Extreme Threads, your one-stop shop for customized team or company apparel, embroidery, screen printing, designs, and sublimated team uniforms. Now offering tents, banners, flags, decals, signs, and so much more. Thank you, Extreme Threads. So we get our first chance to see the Warriors power play. Shot, got off the shoulder of Hill. And then the Edmonton shooter being Luke Royer steps to the crease, so that will send him back the other way off the turnover. A great save by Hill. And Royer just picked that one off before Onondaga could clear the zone. And Royer now getting a rough ride as his teammates get back out onto the floor. Late man off the bench will be Josh Dewart. Down low, return up top. Return down low to the near side corner, pass through Simonson, saved by Hill. He's got such an interesting form, does Lyndon Hill, where he doesn't necessarily go down to his knees. He stays on his feet, dropping low to save those low shots. Haven't seen a ton of goaltenders with that kind of style when making those lower saves. Keep your eye on it. It's fun to watch. One of the goaltenders here through the Founders Cup that I've been impressed with from our vantage point. 10 seconds to shoot. Warriors pass that one, intended to go behind the net. Hill jumping, took away that pass behind. Fresh 30 though for the Warriors. A subber saved by Hill. Strong start for the Onondaga goaltender, sending his team back the other way. Johnson hits it off the post. A shorthanded bid for one Rio Johnson. 8 goals through the tournament to this point. Almost had another one there as he throws that one on target and it goes over the line. Make it 9 for Rio Johnson. And I don't think that one's going to count as a shorty, as they had just stepped out of the box. But Rio Johnson, the hottest stick for the Redhawks, grabs his 9th goal of the tournament. Now face-off win, another opportunity here for the Redhawks. Fake shot, great save by Wells. Now an opportunity for the Warriors to go back the other way. 3 wins through 3 games. So they opened the tournament on Monday afternoon with an 18-11 win over Queen City and have just rolled the rest of the way. 14-12 in their win last night over the Poco Saints. 14-6 win over the Akwesasne Thunder a couple of days ago. And the Warriors have been one of these teams to watch for. Sebastian Simonson gets the shot off, saved by Hill, fresh 30. Reset hasn't come yet. They get a one-timer, great save, Hill, and it trickles over the goal line. And the Redhawks can't believe it. And look at this save here from Lyndon Hill. Got a huge piece of it, but enough spin on it as that goes just over the goal line. Gabe Edwards arguing with the official the whole way through, but the call will stand. Tie game now on Edmonton's 5th shot of the game. And a beautiful one at that. And now they grab possession once again. Warriors over center. Luke Royer, near side feed to the corner. Dewart, return to the top, saved by Hill. John Pierce got sent to the floor following the shot. He's back to his feet and will head off for a change. Arrow Booth. Rounds the corner, near side feed. He got dumped to the floor as well. Also back to his feet. It's Bucktooth Jr. Tries to muscle his way through. Good stick check. Oh, a healthy slash there. And another hit behind the play. Still possession for the Redhawks, but they lose it off the errant pass. So it was Sebastian Simonson with the game's tying goal. Now 6 minutes into the game, shot 7-5 early here for the Warriors. Simonson, far side. Royer surveys, returns it now to the righties. Pass intended to go through the middle, deflected. Brody Stashniak couldn't find his man, he'll head off as the Warriors clear the center line. Jaden Jimerson, dish pass over to Trevor Hill. Still with it now, stutter step move, pass up top. Johnson, fake shot. Now pass over the head of Braille Abrams. A hit afterwards there as Abrams still digs for it. But Miller Scrimshaw gets away from that pressure. Gets to the bench as well, hobbling a little bit. Maybe on that slash, he will take a seat for the time being with his team back into the offensive zone. Ben Royer swims, loses the ball in the process, no shot on target. Couple of solid defensive stops both ways here early. This has been one of the games I've been looking forward to as I was reading through on the schedule a couple of days ago. Here's Rio Johnson with it again. And despite the 1-2 record thus far, I've actually been pretty impressed by Onondaga to this point. I thought their game yesterday versus Akwesasne was the first game that they looked really out of sorts. And I mean, I know people will look back to their 18-14 loss versus Poco on day one, but I thought their offense looked really good in that game as well. We'll see if that offense comes to play again in this one. Sub shot goes just wide. Now 3 to shoot as they grab possession from the near side corner and will have to drop it. That's another possession ended by a shot clock violation. A handful of those going either way, and the Warriors now will go back to work. Excuse me, the Redhawks will go back to work. Vern Cook Jr. spins from the corner, spins back going underneath, wants the flip, now will send it over. They got it through, but can't get the shot on. And could have been a fast break opportunity for Edmonton. Rex Wolney just deflects that one up into the netting, so lucky break for Onondaga on the reset. Hill down low to the corner. Rio Johnson joins the play late. Tuck move, gets underneath, shoots. Fake shot, what a save by Wells! Stepping over to his right and robbing the Redhawks of a goal that would have given them the lead for the second time in this game. Instead, will remain tied up. In comes Royer. Ben Royer, that is. Near side feed. Graham Dickin. Drives through, dives across. Saved by Hill. Now the Redhawks will again go the other way. Here's Arrow Booth. Defender comes in to cut him off. He'll drive low, falling for his efforts. Ball falls free as well. And taken away by Menon. He'll go into the offensive zone himself. One of the assistant captains here for Edmonton. Menon fake shot, near side feed. Now he'll head off for a change as Elliott takes that pass. Now 10 to shoot. Royer, fake shot, lost it as he went down low. Now 5 to shoot. They got a man in Simonson on the crease, and he scores! Make that 2 for Sebastian Simonson, getting lost behind the defense all alone with a little bit of time there to work with 1 second remaining on the shot clock before he put that over the left shoulder of Lyndon Hill. 23 points coming into this game for Sebastian Simonson. Now up to 25 on his second goal of the game. One of the offensive powerhouses of this Warriors team. Now watching from afar with the Redhawks going the other way. Trevor Hill, pass to the crease, saved by Wells. Man, both these teams with a heavy emphasis on those high to low passes, trying to get the goaltender going side to side. But Wells with a massive save that time around, and he might have to make another one. So the Redhawks again clear center. Now skip pass to the near side. Here's Cook Jr. Return now over to the righties. And we'll see if we get a penalty on that one. We will. as Wolney is going to head off. Now we got some extracurriculars there afterwards. Cook Jr. mixes it up with Levi Wolney, I believe that was. And now it'll be the Redhawks heading to the power play. And this power play is brought to you by our friends, Cat and Fiddle, just down the road here, Georgie. Proudly locally owned and operated for over 30 years and voted best pub in BC by BC. With 2 covered and heated patios, famous traditional pub fare, and a great atmosphere, Go see why the locals love them for 3 decades running. So here's Vern Cook Jr. He receives that pass from the corner. Johnson, far side feed, shot by Hill, saved by Wells. Fresh 30 now for the Redhawks. Working it around from the outside, making sure everybody gets a touch here and making Wells move within his crease. Johnson gets down low. Now Cook Jr. shoots, stopped by Wells. Another reset for Onondaga, trying the hidden ball trick. It works and they score! Wells caught onto it, but it was just a second too late. So he thought the ball was still with Vern Cook Jr. And just as Rio Johnson stepped into one, that's when Wells took a step over to his right, but just maybe half a second too late. So that one goes underneath of him, and Onondaga ties this game at 2. 2 goals for Simonson, 2 goals for Johnson. 2 hot sticks for both of these teams getting into the action early, and now Onondaga grabs another possession off the faceoff. Here's the aforementioned Johnson, sending it behind the net. As they survey through the middle of the floor. Nelson Jones has some room, shoots, saved by Wells. Collision there from the far side crease. And now that'll send the Warriors now some more extracurriculars here. Wells sprinting towards the bench. Make sure to give Jones a piece of his mind, and it will be Nelson Jones, the lone player, heading off here, putting the Warriors on the power play. And speaking of pubs, George. Oh, it'll be 2 penalties to the Redhawks. Good eyes there, George. But this power play is brought to you by Sam's Neighborhood Pub, and they are exactly what you're looking for in a pub. Relaxed atmosphere, great food, cold drinks, and located walking distance from the John Bailey Arena here on Elgin Street in the heart of downtown Poco, and you can pay them a visit tonight after this game if you'd like. Thank you to Sam's Pub. Thank you to all of our sponsors here throughout the week. And thank you to you, the viewer, for joining us here on BC Sports TV. Now for this upcoming 5-on-3 man advantage, 2-man advantage, I should say, for the Warriors. Good movement here. They go high to low, now post to post. Shot saved by Hill. Unable to tiptoe the crease that time around was Graham Dickin. Now a big collision there, and they cause a turnover, but it's going to be a penalty. Checking from behind. And the guilty party is Caden Gulka. 21 seconds into the 2-man advantage. Gulka takes his team off, but they will still be on the power play. It'll just be of the 4-on-3 variety, and it will be possession for Onondaga. Jack Rice starts it off. Nice move to get around the early pressure. In comes the double team, still finding some space. Rice now takes it behind, runs into a Warriors defender. Reverse swim move, finds some room again. Great start to the penalty kill for Onondaga. specifically Jack Rice, still battling for it. Under 10 to shoot, gets a big hit from behind, and now we're going to get 3-on-3 action. Jack Rice, what an effort. As he gets back to his feet, and will head off now, getting a round of applause from his coaching staff for his efforts. And now we'll see plenty of room here on the floor as we go to 3-on-3 action. I think I was saying yesterday that, you know, you don't really see 3-on-3 too often, but I feel like through this Founders Cup, we've seen it a ton with the amount of penalties that have been called here. That's not a shot at the officials. Just a lot of 3-on-3, that's what I'm seeing. Shot, scores! And an early benefactor to the 3-on-3 action is Braille Abrams, as he just goes one-on-one with the defender and wins that matchup. Another one going low on Wells, much like their last goal. And now with exactly 7 minutes to play, Onondaga takes the 1-goal lead. Jimerson fires it over to the near side. We remain 3-on-3, spin move through the middle. They lose the ball though. And now nice move there on the fake pass by Caden Flett. As he gets into the offensive zone. Jimerson, the lone defender in front of him. Pass deflected. Dickin unable to take that one cleanly. He'll apply some back pressure. Now here come the Redhawks. In transition, shot trickles through and out the other side. Wells just caught enough of it. Now Simonson, pass through. Nice check from behind there. Just a little shove, not worthy of a penalty, but enough to take away that chance for the Warriors. Now a brief 5-on-3 for Onondaga for the next 10 or so seconds. So they'll go 4-on-3 with a safety man near center. Vern Cook Jr. pass intended for Booth. Off target. Now 3 seconds to shoot. They don't know where the ball is. Now Hill collects a subber saved by Wells. As we go to 5-on-4. Now for the next 10 or so seconds before we go back to 5-on-5 for the first time in a while. Now 5-on-5, 10 seconds to shoot. Ben Royer working with Luke Royer. Ben finds some room, fires it off the post. Rebound goes to the corner. Still up for grabs as Ben Royer will grab it himself. Tries to draw a penalty on the wrap check. Won't get it. Luke Royer battling with the defender as well, with Onondaga going the other way and clearing the zone. Edwards finds some room, near side feed. Bucktooth Jr. sends it back over to the righties and cuts through the middle himself. Toe drag, flip pass. Now fast break here and a breakaway coming up for the Warriors. In comes Woolney with Jimerson on his back shot, saved by Hill. And that'll be an illegal substitution call going against Jaden Jimerson. The official says he stepped out of his penalty box a little too soon, so another power play here for Edmonton. And this one sponsored by Metro Ford. Are you ready for a new ride? Metro Ford of Port Coquitlam has you covered. Check out our huge selection of quality vehicles and experience the Metro difference. So the power play of the Warriors coming into this game, firing at 55%. We'll see if they can tie this game in the late stages. Simonson from the point, and another penalty here as Luke Royer set a heavy screen there. He's going to get called for it. Let's take another look at it here on our replay on BC Sports TV. Oh, man. No, excuse me. I thought it was Royer. It's actually Graham Dickin. Not a great look there. That's another shortened power play for the Warriors, taken away from, or by, I should say, just an unnecessary call, and it is a 4-minute penalty. So this will turn into a power play eventually here for Onondaga. They try to go east to west. Not a clean pass. They got a man down low on the crease that they can hit him. Booth takes the shot instead. Saved by Wells. Now a hit afterwards. That'll be an interference call going against Lachlan Gordon. Now a 2-on-1. Booth takes the shot. Saved by Wells, sending that one to the corner. And the rebound goes free to Arrow Booth. Took the shot, grabs his own rebound as well. Now Vern Cook Jr. spins down low, finds some space from the corner, 20 to shoot. Swing pass far side, Booth! Saved by Wells, who lays the body there on the screen. Carson Wells getting right into it, and he's not happy with the officials there on that call. So fresh 30 for the Redhawks. Cook Jr. to Hill, shot goes wide. Now Booth, and another save by Carson Wells. So more 4-on-4 action here. It's Ben Royer. Likes what he sees. Now he'll turn back, getting crunched into the end boards. Back to his feet. Lost a shoe for that one. So he'll head off. Get some repairs with Onondaga going the other way. 2.5 remaining in the first period. Shots are 16-19 through roughly the first 18 minutes or so of this game. And now with Jimerson stepping out of the box, we will go 5-on-4 in favor of Onondaga. Just 5 to shoot though, as that shot goes off of a Warrior and out of play. Cook Jr. will be the late man in as he just floats his way into the offensive zone. Arrow Booth. Pass down low. Back to the point. Fake shot. Booth with it again. Point shot, save Wells. So quick to get that into the back of his stick and send that one up the floor. Now Jimerson there to cut off Coleman Carey, who tried to chase it down. He'll continue to apply some pressure. Laid a hit afterwards, but with Onondaga grabbing possession, they will call timeout with 1:38 to play. A relatively low-scoring first period considering what we've seen through some of these games to this point, and just some high-scoring games in general. 31 goals for through 3 games of play for Onondaga, 35 against. That 18-14 loss versus Poco certainly not helping their cause on day one in those categories. And you look over at the Warriors, who have just found a way to score at will. Their win over Poco last night was the closest game they've been a part of, but 18-11 over Queen City to open up the tournament. 14-6 over Akwesasne. Got back to the 14-goal mark again. 14-12 versus Port Coquitlam. In a highly anticipated game going on last night between the 2 remaining perfect teams. But Edmonton, the only team leaving that situation with their perfect record, putting Poco at 2-1. And of course they'll play later on after this one against the also 2-1 Victoria Shamrocks. Another one coming to your screen here on BC Sports TV. Trevor Hill fires that one wide. No, Wells caught a piece of it, so they get the reset. Still on the power play are the Redhawks, working it around the outside. Trevor Hill. Near side, Vern Cook Jr. Back to the point. Hill down low. Shot saved by Wells. They grab the rebound, now spinning underneath, under a minute to play. Cook Jr. telling his teammates to slow it down. As Nick Thomas parks himself on the near side crease. Hill to Cook Jr. Shoots, saved by Wells. Again, rebound collected by the Redhawks. Hill down low, and man, Nick Thomas just couldn't take it cleanly. Now that'll be an interference call going against Nick Thomas. That brought the Edmonton fans to their feet. They wanted a penalty call. Not going to get it. Now 23 seconds to play. About half a second difference between the game and shot clock. The shorthanded unit of the Warriors goes to work. Now driving low. Shot saved by Hill. Now 10 seconds to play. Jimerson with it. Slowly over center. 5 seconds to play. Back to 5-on-5 action. Rio Johnson fires, scores! A buzzer beater. 1.3 to play. Rio Johnson completes the hat trick. On his wrong side, too. Another low one past Carson Wells. And now Rio Johnson up to 11 goals in this 2023 Founders Cup. So we'll do one last face-off to close it out with just over a second remaining, and that will do it. First period action from the John Bailey Arena. It's Onondaga 4, Edmonton 2, and we will step aside for the next 10 or so minutes. You're watching Founders Cup action live on BC Sports TV. second period action coming live to your screens. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BC Sports TV. Welcome back to the John Bailey Arena, and welcome back to the action. Tino Fair here, your voice for this Founders Cup matchup between the Onondaga Redhawks and the Edmonton Warriors. And it is those Warriors, or it are those Warriors, I guess. Plural? Yeah, thanks, George. Who are trying to climb their way back into this one, a 2-goal deficit they currently face heading into second period action. Your goal scorers for the Redhawks: a first period hat trick courtesy of Rio Johnson, putting himself up to 11 goals in the tournament so far, as well as one from Braille Abrams. Meanwhile, for the Warriors, both goals scored by Sebastian Simonson, who also gets himself up to 11 on the tournament. One of the hottest sticks for the Warriors, and they will need more of that for them to continue to chip away against this. Again, I said it, Onondaga has impressed me through the Founders Cup. Despite their loss yesterday, and despite them having a 1-2 record, I've liked what I've seen from this team. But it's the Warriors who grab the first possession of the second period. Quickly off the face-off as Brendan Ono-Frychuk finds some space. He'll head off for a change now to get his offense back out onto the floor. And we are back to 5-on-5 as we spent almost the entirety of that first period with some kind of special team on the floor. That shot from Simonson caught a piece of the iron and goes all the way back down towards Carson Wells. Quick up to Dickin. Over center, Simonson with it again. Always a threat to shoot despite being from distance there. He sends it over to the far side. Shot, will it go over? It does! Janicek takes the dish from the near side and from way downtown fires that one home to get Edmonton back within one. Now up to 15 points through the Founders Cup for one, and Max Janicek. Another one for the Warriors who can fire from distance, and he showed it off that time around. That's a big one under a minute into the period for Edmonton, and they'll go right back to work here. Following the faceoff, now cutting through on top of the crease. Great save, Hill. And they'll collect the rebound there and get a fresh 30 either way. They had it, but also drew an interference call just before the reset. So they'll get it either way and get their settled offense back to work as Simonson now steps off the bench. Off ball. Pass to him, off the mark. Royer couldn't grab it either, and they'll just give it right back to the Redhawks. Stretch pass, Jimerson slows up, takes the shot. Anyways, a sidearm bouncer, grips the rebound, another chance, and he scores! What a look, Jaden Jimerson. Safe to say he's comfortable in this building. What was at one point a partial break, depending on how he played that, he could have gone in alone. Just slowed up there, took the shot, goes wide, but got a chance for a do-over as the rebound goes right back to him and he steps into another shot. Jaden Jimerson gets his second of the tournament. Warriors possession. It's Dickin, takes it off the drop pass. Simonson again joins in the play late. So he works off ball, pass to the middle, shot saved by Hill. And no, they'll say it just went cleanly out of play. Thought we were going to get a fresh 30 coming up for the Warriors, but instead it's the latest goal scorer in Jimerson with possession himself. Gets the drop pass over to Johnson. He'll head off for a change now as Rio Johnson works underneath. Pass goes behind the net. Bucktooth Jr. over to Arrow Booth. Now Johnson comes in to collect from his wrong side. Similar position to where he scored that buzzer beater goal in the late stages of the first. Now a deflected shot from Cook Jr. goes wide. Johnson with one last opportunity, but shot clock had expired before he could throw it towards the goal. Now here comes Carey. Gets underneath. Someone pick up that phone. Warriors keep possession, 13 to shoot as they get pressured from the perimeter. Gulka gets a shot lane and scores! Back within one, the Warriors will go again. Caden Gulka this time around, with a man draped all over him and a second defender coming in to close the gap. Just steps into a shot and puts that one high past Hill, almost posting in past the right side of Lyndon Hill. Just 3 minutes into the period. Already a handful of goals here. And a lot of the offense so far has been on this side of the floor with the Warriors, looking to climb back, trying to keep their perfect record going here. And now they get an opportunity on the delayed penalty call going against Onondaga. 6-on-5 with Wells on the bench. Deflected pass as the shot clock expires. Now Onondaga will head off towards the sin bin. And this upcoming Warriors power play is brought to you by the Cat and Fiddle. Proudly locally owned and operated for over 30 years and voted best pub in BC by the province. The two covered and heated patios, famous traditional pub fare, and a great atmosphere. Go see why the locals love them. Now they start their motion. It's Royer. Surveys. Shot goes high. Rebound will go all the way down the floor. Wells comes out to cut it off, and he'll send that back towards center. It's Janasek. Down low. Dewart. Pass to Simonson. Was a bouncer, and that'll do it on this shot clock. Now Simonson mixing it up with Jimerson. And I got to say about Jaden Jimerson, he takes a lot of contact after plays. I don't think I've ever seen him lose his cool, including his time when he was here in Poco with the Junior A's. Calm, cool, and collected is one Jaden Jimerson. An important part of this Redhawks team. Here's Ben Royer. So they try the hidden ball trick. Unsuccessful that time around. I think we saw 2 or 3 hidden ball tricks in the first game this afternoon alone. At least 2 of them worked. At least. Maybe all 3 of them did. All of them in favor of Onondaga, who cruised towards their victory over Queen City. Still looking for their first win of the Founders Cup are the Queen City Kings. Here's Ben Royer. Simonson, far side feed. Janasek sends it down low, pass to the middle. Great save by Hill. Now Dickin. Bouncer over to Janasek, handcuffed him. And again, Wells will step out to collect. Just 5 seconds remaining on the power play. Janasek has it once again. Skip feed, Royer. Bouncer on target, save by Hill. And we'll go back to 5-on-5. The feed goes over far side to Janasek. Ben Royer back out onto the floor, as is Sebastian Simonson, the late man joining. Flip pass intended for Dickin. Deflected pass, big collision, and that'll be an interference call again against Onondaga. Fresh 30 now coming up for the Warriors. Max Janasek over to Graham Dickin. Driving low on Jimerson, shoots wide. Rebound collected by Rob Hill as he sends it up the floor. Now the Onondaga coaching staff instructing Brian Moses to slow down. They get the shot up though, and they score! Brett Bucktooth Jr. despite the instruction, streaks through and finds the back of the net. Got between a couple of defenders, and the last one on top of the crease ran out of time to slide up, and Bucktooth Jr. just fires that one home. The 2-goal advantage is once again restored. Now a brief delay here as the officials have a quick discussion with the coaching staff of the Redhawks. Now they'll go over and relay that message over to the Warriors coaching staff. But we'll go back to the action. 6-4 in favor of Onondaga following that latest Brett Bucktooth Jr. tally. Here comes Edmonton. Shot from distance, goes wide. Simonson grabs the rebound. Far side feed over to Dickin. Down low, Stashniak, near side feed, 10 to shoot. Here's Luke Royer, returns it over to the righties. Now down low, Dickin cutting through his Ben Royer, runs out of room, got the shot off still. And Hill had to make a save on the lefty Ben Royer cutting through. It's a little too tight to be able to get a clean shot off, but draws a penalty, and Edmonton will again go back to the power play. A power play that is brought to you by Extreme Threads. Your one-stop shop, anything you can think of, team or company apparel, tents, banners, flags, decals, signs, socks, hats, jerseys, of course. Anything you think of, Extreme Threads, your one-stop shop. Proud sponsors of the Founders Cup and BC Sports TV. So slashing call going against the Redhawks. Simonson down low, one-timer goes wide. High off the glass, remains in play, 10 seconds to shoot. Dickin, a sidearm bouncer. That one will go out of play. And now a fresh 30 for the Warriors. That one went over the netting here in John Bailey. Dickin, fake shot. Simonson has some room, comes over top. Second defender comes in. Interference call drawn by Jimerson. See, heads off. And now a delayed call going against Edmonton. So once again, a shortened power play for the Warriors because of another penalty taken by them. Johnson, Cook Jr., pass down low. Shot around a defender goes wide, and that will give us a whistle. And now we'll get more 4-on-4 action for the next minute and 2 seconds. It's Ben Royer, the culprit this time around. And this time, this bid of 4-on-4 is brought to you by Metro Ford. Are you looking for a new ride, cameraman extraordinaire George Parra? Metro Ford of Port Coquitlam has you covered. And you can check out their huge selection of quality vehicles online or in person and experience the Metro difference. You know what they call vehicles from Metro Ford, George? The champagne of vehicles. I definitely did not make that up. 4-on-4 will go. It's Cook Jr. Takes possession from the perimeter. Here's Trevor Hill. Flip pass to the middle, a good one, and a collision. As Wells sends that one up the floor for the Warriors to run onto. Fake shot, now cutting through to the near side is Christian Lanthier. He'll head off, leaving for Luke Royer. His brother Ben Royer sits in the penalty box. Simonson, fake pass, stutter step move. Comes back over top, winds, fires, scores! It's a 1-goal game again. We'll see if the Warriors can get past this point and tie the game or not. But that's a good first step. Sebastian Simonson completes his hat trick. Just shooting around a defender. One of those ones that's tough for a goaltender to read when you don't see it until it's already coming at you. So 10 seconds away from a power play here for Onondaga as Jimerson grabs off the faceoff. Now the bulk of the power play will get onto the floor as John Pierce sprints back to his bench. 5 seconds to shoot. Shot saved by Wells. Oh man, that was close to the top right corner. Wells just getting enough of it with his shoulder, and he'll grab the rebound himself. Now the Warriors got to clear the zone with just a second remaining. They do get over as Royer now drives low. Fake shot, scores! No goal, they'll take it away. The official from the far side corner had the delayed call there. Wasn't sure if it was going to be official or not. But the near side official, I guess, had a better angle sprinting in to take it away, but Luke Royer showing off his hands that time around. Onondaga tries the hidden ball trick again. Not going to work again. So their power play continues for under 10 seconds. Cook Jr. has that shot blocked by a Warriors defender. Again, Wells steps out of his crease to clear some space. Getting into the mix here. Now a chance and a save by Wells. Staring down Arrow Booth. A slash, no call there. That was stiff arm that time, courtesy of Scrimshaw as they go in alone, and another save by Wells, but it goes, no! Just pulled off the goal line, but Cook Jr., and they can't put it over the goal line. See if we can catch that on the replay in time as Vern Cook Jr. just reaches between the legs of Lyndon Hill to save the game-tying goal. Wow. Now there's another shot and they score the other way. How about it? Braille Abrams getting his second. But give that assist to Vern Cook Jr. Absolutely robbing Edmonton of the game's tying goal. They go the other way immediately afterwards and fire that one post and in. Unbelievable stuff from Onondaga. Now with 9.5 to play, their 25th shot of the game restores the 2-goal lead. Now Edmonton. As Wells got run over. And Edmonton's going to get a penalty for it. The Warriors go right back towards Bucktooth Jr., who gets onto the bench. And Carson Wells is down.
Redhawks, 7th goal scored by number 77, GM11. 6 goals to number 66.
We'll see what the call is going to be here. Carson Wells has certainly been getting into the physical play here for his team, clearing some space and certainly stepping into these picks that he's been setting. But he was still within his crease that time around. See, he just took a step outside, and Brett Bucktooth Jr. absolutely runs him over. Trainer comes out to give him some attention. Great job on the camera work there. Cameraman extraordinaire George Para. Getting a look at Wells. And we'll see if we get a goaltending change here as he's going to head towards his bench. And it's a 2-minute penalty up on the board to Bucktooth Jr. And he is going to go down the tunnel, and for the first time in this game now, or excuse me, first time in this tournament, that might not be exactly correct. They have him registered on the Founders website with 40 minutes of play to his name so far, and Lucas Bialik. So he'll get onto the floor now. Get used to saying that, or get used to hearing that name for at least the time being. And Lucas Bialik, we'll see how long Wells is out. See, he went the entire way towards the tunnel with a towel in his mouth. But it will be a power play for the Warriors. We'll see if they can get their starting goaltender a goal here or not, as Simonson assumes his position at the point. Working it around the outside. Pass goes behind the net. A heads-up play by Hill to deflect that one out of play. They were clearly trying to find Graham Dickin behind the cage. And the Onondaga goaltender read that one well. Now Simonson, a subber save by Hill, and he'll lob that one up the floor to John Pierce. Jimerson streaks through, off ball, pass towards him, not on target. A shovel shot though as he takes it off the rebound, and there's the first save of the game for Lucas Bialik. Now Simonson with it again. Slowly over center. Janicek joins him. And we'll head over to the far side, now behind the net. Royer to Janicek. Simonson from the point. Near side feed. Back to the other side, and couldn't get that one on target on the one-timer. Now through the middle, wide again, just before the shot clock expires. Simonson sends that one out of play. 48 seconds remaining in the penalty to Brett Bucktooth Jr. Under 8 minutes to play in the second. Trying to keep my eyes here on the Edmonton tunnel to see if we will see Wells rejoin after some repairs. Always got to be so careful with those high hits. And all the trainers just doing an incredible job throughout this Founders Cup run thus far. Rio Johnson causing all sorts of problems for the Warriors, trying to clear their zone. Now Ben Royer gets over center. The power play still has about 5 seconds to work with. Bad pass, though, goes off the corner boards. Try to chase it down, and Royer can't grab it. Tries the wrap check, and Simonson strips Onondaga of their fast break opportunity and takes possession back himself. 5-on-5 play. Janicek saved by Hill. They'll take possession right back, at least in a moment. Now they will off the hop. Brennan Onofrychuk has some pressure. Now Ben Royer. Skip feed through the middle. Janicek couldn't grab that. Instead, Lyndon Hill will. And now fast break, breakaway opportunity for Jimerson. Backhand shot goes wide. Now up the play. Fast break for the Warriors, now forced to the corner. Good defense by Onondaga. Heads up play there by Bruce Benedict. Now Ben Royer with it again. Simonson, saved by Hill. No goals yet for Ben Royer in this game, and now a breakaway here for Onondaga. That one saved by the left shoulder of Bialik. Just going to say no goals yet for Ben Royer. 9 through the tournament to this point, up to 17 points, and has not been able to beat one Lyndon Hill yet to this point in this game. A massive piece of this Edmonton offense, and he has the ball once again. Skip feed, far side. Dewart loses it, trying to streak through the middle. Hill will take it away. And Stewart will head off for a change. Now 5:20 to play in the second period. Cook Jr. waiting for the late man and Trevor Hill. Pass behind the net. Return now to him. Cook Jr. takes it off the sideboards. Under 10 to shoot. Skip feed down to the corner. Goes off the boards. A late shot saved by Bialik. And off the rebound, a fresh 30 for Onondaga. Abrams, fake shot. Pass over to Cook Jr. Spin move around a defender. Looking for a shot lane. Driving his way through. Gets it off. Great save, Bialik. Another rebound collected by Onondaga. Flip pass over to Hill. Couldn't reach for it. Now Edmonton, and a big hit, a high one at that. No call. I didn't see an arm go up on the play. Edmonton furious with the officials after that one. Coaching staff just have their hands up in the air. But it will be their possession. So they go back, settled 5-on-5. Here's Royer. Goes over top, working with Simonson. Gets a shot off and he scores! Ben Royer gets over top of a defender with the late help there from Simonson and fires that one home. Again, Edmonton gets back within one. This isn't the part that they've struggled with. It's with tying this game after they get back within one. Been in this position now several times throughout this game. And it's been Onondaga doing an incredible job of answering back. And we got a brief delay here as the officials are going to call for a wipe. If you are just joining us, Lucas Bialik into the game here for Carson Wells after he got run over earlier in this frame. But he's returning now back through the tunnel, so Bialik will head back to the bench. Stood tall in his time. But back to the action will be Carson Wells as he's greeted by some air horns and a round of applause from these Warriors fans. Now rejoining the game is Carson Wells. When he left, it was a 2-goal deficit. He rejoins with his team down by 1, just over 4:20 to play. And we'll see if this is the boost, the emotional boost that his Edmonton teammates need. They grab possession off the faceoff. Run into a triple team though. Falling to the floor here for the Warriors is Ono Frychuk, and he loses possession. Nelson Jones gets underneath of a check, fake shot. Now he'll work his way away from the pressure. In comes the double team though, still with possession. Somehow finds his way through. Backhand flip pass deflected, taken away by the Warriors. Now Gulka to the 277s. Meet for a matchup in Caden Gulka and Braille Abrams. Now Janicek finds some room, takes a shot, fought off by Hill. Now another shot saved by Hill, out of play. Fresh 30 for the Warriors. Cutting through the middle, shot saved by Hill. Rebound goes to the corner boards. The Warriors came up with it, but following an interference call, nothing going on that possession as the Onondaga goaltender continues to stand tall throughout this game. Now Rio Johnson absorbs some contact, pinned along the end boards, but finds his way away from that. Now near side, Arrow Booth, shot, bouncer, caught a piece of the post, and the rebound goes into the Redhawks bench. Arrow Booth will start off the possession once again. Johnson, shot, saved by Wells. That's his first save since rejoining the play, and he'll send it up the floor. Warriors with a fast break on the wrong side. Shot saved by Hill. With Coleman Carey stumbling afterwards, he'll head off. get the defensive unit of the Warriors back out onto the floor. 2.5 to play in the second. 7-6 for the Redhawks. Shot, a sidearm bouncer, again goes wide. That'll go off the sideboards. Now chasing it down is Rex Woolney. So he ends up in the near side corner, calmly collecting. The Warriors getting onto their bench now. Simonson, the first one on, receives that bouncer. Has to take it off of his body, but maintains possession. Janicek, pass over to Simonson. Handcuffed him. Dewart couldn't collect. Still up for grabs. Now Dewart with it again. 4 to shoot. Wines, fires, saved by Hill. Under 2 to play. Vern Cook Jr. welcomes the pressure here as he swims, splitting a couple of defenders. Now Hill, shoot, saved by Wells. Now that pass well off the mark as Lyndon Hill steps out, takes a punch to the face. As the Onondaga goaltender is down now, Jimerson goes in to defend his goaltender. Didn't see a number there. Let's see if we can catch it on the replay. Just a second too late hitting that button. But it was Cole Stashniak, I believe, maybe getting a little bit of revenge for his goaltender, but that one was ugly, and I have not seen Lyndon Hill move. That did not look good. You never want to see goaltenders get run, of course. But you just hate to see that go against someone like Lyndon Hill, who, got to be honest, I've been watching him a ton throughout this tournament and just has been displaying the most sportsmanship, or the most sportsmanship is what I'm trying to say, throughout almost any of the players I've seen throughout this Founders Cup run. Always making sure to give a tap towards the opposing team's goaltenders whenever they head towards the bench. Chatting it up with members of the opposing teams. Edmonton clearly not happy with Carson Wells being run and taking a high hit earlier. But you just don't want to see any kind of retaliation like that. That was ugly. And currently, no one in the penalty box for Edmonton right now. It's just Jaden Jimerson in for Onondaga. Lyndon Hill is back to his feet, but he's gonna come out of this game. Hopefully, this is just a shortened break and one of those ones that you have to take as seriously as possible, with it being a hit to the head. But he heads off with the help of a teammate and a coach. We'll get back to the bench now. Currently just getting a water break, so hopefully he is not actually coming out of this game. We'll see. But Onondaga's backup goaltender putting his helmet on. Carson Calusi. So we'll see how this one shapes up. Okay, now there is 2 minutes on the board for Edmonton. 5 minutes on the board to Jaden Jimerson. Still no player heading over towards the penalty box. Again, I saw a number 9. Not sure if it was 19 or 9. But I thought it was Cole Stashniak. Tough job for the officials. One of those thankless jobs. Jaden Jimerson is being sent down the tunnel. I don't think he's done for the game. I think he's just out for the period. Done for the game. With just 1:16 left, major penalty. I thought he was just done for the period. Okay, so Jimerson might be done for the game then. The officials still giving their explanation towards the benches. So 5 minute and a game misconduct to Jaden Jimerson. And now Hill putting his helmet back on, so he will remain in this game. That's the important thing above all else. Glad to see that Lyndon Hill is going to be all right here. As he jogs his way back towards his crease. Just one of those guys that's been easy to cheer for throughout this tournament. But we will get back to the action. A tough transition as we get back to it here. Just over a minute remaining in the second. Possession for the Warriors. Sebastian Simonson finds room over top. Wines, fires, puts it wide. Now Janicek will collect. 15 to shoot. Ben Royer looking for a shot lane. Now waits for the screen by Simonson, cutting through. Shot robbed by Hill. Rebound goes all the way towards center, collected by Gabe Edwards. He's got Janicek on his back, under a minute to play. Bucktooth Jr. joins in, fresh off the bench, as does Nick Thomas. He'll come in to assist. Thomas with it now. 4-on-4 action. Under 30 seconds to play. They get the shot off and a shoulder save by Wells. Garen John floating that one towards the goal. It'll be possession for the Warriors, and they call timeout with 23.8 seconds remaining, trying to tie this game heading towards the third period. Onondaga trying to even up their record. A win here would put them at 2-2. Edmonton putting their perfect record on the line as both goaltenders cross paths there and give each other a quick tap. And we'll see what Edmonton can come up with here. Again, it hasn't been the part of getting back within one that the Warriors have struggled with. It's been the goal following. It's been trying to tie that game shortly afterwards, and Onondaga has just done an incredible job in finding a response following a goal against. Now they'll need one more stop. Edmonton's going to go 6-on-5 here with Wells on the bench. 23.8 seconds to work with. Simonson going to start out the possession on his own side of center. He's the hot stick here. 3 goals in this game. Janicek and Royer, the other 2 goal scorers. So Simonson will hold till roughly the 7 or 8 second mark. That time elapses, and now they'll start their motion. Simonson up top, Janicek shoots wide. Rebound still through the middle, and Onondaga collects as the clock expires. What a period it was. Tempers rise here from the John Bailey Arena, and now we have 1 period remaining. It's Onondaga 7, Edmonton 6. Third period coming up right after this. You're watching BC Sports TV. Third period action coming to your screens right now here, ladies and gentlemen. 20 more minutes remaining from the John Bailey Arena. 20 miles, 20 smiles. That's right, cameraman extraordinaire George Parra. It is the Onondaga Redhawks leading the Edmonton Warriors 7-6 through 40 minutes of play, and it was a feisty finish to that second period. We've now seen both goaltenders get run, seen Jaden Jimerson tossed from this game. Edmonton with a few penalties of their own, but we'll go 4-on-4 for the next 45 seconds before it will be an extended power play for the Warriors, trying to tie this game and keep their perfect record alive. Let's see how this one unfolds. Thank you to everybody for joining us on BC Sports TV. Tino Farah here, your voice for the remainder of this game. I'll be back as well for the late game, the third one of the day between Poco and Victoria. Excited to bring you that BC matchup. Pass to the middle, saved by Wells. And now another delayed call coming up against the Warriors. Hill onto the bench, shot, scores! 30 seconds into the third, the 2-goal lead is restored. Hill down low to the crease, fake shot back to the short side. So I believe that was Nick Thomas putting that one over the goal line. Second of the tournament for Nick Thomas. And like I said, it was at the end of the second period that I brought this up. I think I've actually brought it a few times. It's been the tying goal that's been all the struggle here for the Warriors. They can get back within one time after time, but Onondaga is so good at responding and getting that 2-goal lead back in their favor, just like they did so that time around. Now 8-6. Still less than a minute into the period. We remain 4-on-4. That goal wiped away the delayed call to the Warriors, but another one now coming up just as we go 5-on-4 in favor of Edmonton. No, they just get the reset, excuse me. Saw the ref's hand go in the air for a little too long, in my opinion. Go back to the action. There's a block off the Vern Cook Jr. shot. So a power play here for the Warriors, but they'll remain on the defensive side of the floor. So excuse me, Gabe Edwards with their 8th goal, not Nick Thomas. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Jack Rice has done an incredible job killing penalties here through this game for the Redhawks. He has the ball once again, 5 to shoot. Rice dives across, the shovel shot, and a save by Wells. Big collision. Rice now slow to get up. Now he'll limp his way back towards the Onondaga bench. Limp turns into a jog, so hopefully he's all right. Gets a pat on the back from his teammates. Now a 2-minute power play here for the Warriors. Following the major penalty in the late stages of the second to Jimerson. Simonson gets underneath. Interference call against Edmonton. Braille Abrams trying to chase this one down to the far side corner. Picked off by an Edmonton defender in Lachlan Gordon. Thought he was going to draw a slashing call. Will not, though. Edmonton's power play gets back out onto the floor. Simonson at the point. Near side. Janicek returns it now to the top. Now down low to the near side corner. Janicek, 7 to shoot. Pass, post to post to Royer, who wasn't expecting it. Now he comes over top. Ben Royer shoots, saved by Hill. Try to grab the rebound. No, they stepped through the crease. Did Sebastian Simonson. Now a late slash there from Nelson Jones as he slashes the stick out of Simonson's hand and just dumps it down the floor. Bucktooth Jr. applies some pressures. Edmonton takes it away from the corner. Lob pass over center. Picked off. Nelson Jones the other way, shorthanded for 45 more seconds. Into the rush comes Braille Abrams, looking for his hat trick goal. We'll see if it's a shorthanded one as he gets into the zone. Pass through the middle. They keep possession. Fake the backhand shot. Now through the middle. What a goal! Brett Bucktooth Jr. backhanded shot beats Carson Wells. The backhand pass through the middle, originally by Nelson Jones, finds Brett Bucktooth Jr., who returns the favor by throwing a backhanded shot on target. And now for the first time, I believe, all game, we have a lead larger than 3. It's 9-6. Just over 3 minutes into the third in favor of the Redhawks. And that one brought the Onondaga fans to their feet. What a goal that was, courtesy of Bucktooth Jr. Now a face-off win for the Warriors. It's Cole Stashniuk. Sends that one back towards center. Still on the power play, the Warriors are for just over 20 seconds. So that Jimerson penalty is being served by Rob Hill right now, standing in the box, awaiting his return. Now Janicek has some room, skip feet down low. Royer couldn't collect. Now 5 to shoot as he takes it from the corner. No look pass, near side, shot saved by Hill. That'll go out of play just as Hill steps out of the box. So fresh 30 for the Warriors, and we'll go back to 5-on-5. Dewart surveys, far side feed. Ben Royer, return now to Dewart. Shot lane saved by Lyndon Hill, and he'll fall on top of it to take away any rebound. Now a quick up for the Redhawks. Rob Hill to Trevor Hill. Spinning underneath, now around to the corner to the shooter position. Nice reverse little toe drag there as he goes through the middle. Shot off the crossbar. Takes a hit afterwards as well. Brett Bucktooth Jr. wraps up his man, but going the other way now is Rex Woolney. Fast break, takes a shot, saved by Hill. Turning into a track meet here, folks. Nelson Jones goes the other way. On his wrong side, he'll circle back in the corner, now take it behind the net. Close play at the line, and he can't avoid the crease, so he'll have to drop it down in the corner. Here comes Galka. He's got a goal in this game. Now he'll head off for a change. Sebastian Simonson takes possession. Tries to go underneath. Swim move. Beside the crease. Shot saved by Hill. Rebound through the middle. Grab, at least for a moment, by Onondaga, but they put it up and out of play over the glass. Fresh 30 now for the Warriors. Dewart, far side. From the corner, here's Simonson. Uses the screen, comes over top, uses it again, trying to go underneath. Now he'll round the corner again, looking for a shot lane, and he scores! Make it 4 for Sebastian Simonson. Looking for that perfect shot lane, eventually finds it over top as 2 defenders try to close the gap and absolutely stings that top left corner. If I can steal a phrase from one Pat Gregoire, an absolute cannonade. Now 9-7, back within 2 the Warriors are. And they battle for the loose ball off the face-off, still jarred free along the far side boards. It ends up behind the Onondaga net, and they will collect, now pushing pace. Here comes John Pierce. Good stick check, though, from behind by Stashniuk. He'll take it away himself and cross back over center. 14:20 to play in the third period. 2-goal advantage for Onondaga. Pass behind the net. Janicek comes over top. Pass through, Royer gets a shot off, great save by Hill. However, an interference call goes against the Redhawks, so another fresh 30 for the Warriors. Simonson stumbles. So he regains his balance. Skippy to the near side. Now Janicek gets underneath. Another toe drag cutting to the top. Shot from distance, saved by Hill. Long stretch pass over center to Nelson Jones. And he loses it on the toe drag, but it bounces through the middle of the floor. Big collision, and the Warriors still come up with it. Here comes Rex Wolney. The Warriors here have some life after that latest Simonson goal. Now the flip over to Royer. Great save by Hill. Now Luke Royer gets out of the crease. Back to his feet as well. Now fresh 30 for the Warriors as Dickens sizes up his defender. Tries the toe drag underneath. Unsuccessful. He'll circle back. Swim move around a defender. Low shot saved by Hill. Big rebound goes to the corner. And Onondaga will corral the loose ball. Pass up. Garen John takes it off the hop. And the Redhawks will get their offense back out onto the floor. So they again look to reclaim the 3-goal advantage. Booth from behind the net. Pass cross, saved by Wells. Rebound collected by a defender, tripped up, no call. Back to his feet is Miller Scrimshaw. Swim move, splits a couple of defenders and finds room over center. On his own though, he'll wait for some reinforcements. 15 seconds to shoot, he sends it back over center as he heads off for a change. Now 10 to shoot. Janicek, shot saved by Hill. Big collision there. Simonson lays the body. It'll be an interference call. It's John Pierce now laying on the ground. There's no penalty on the play. I didn't see an arm go up. But John Pierce onto his back now as the trainer comes in to assess the situation. And it looks like he's going to get back to his feet now with some help of some teammates. Shaken up is John Pierce. He's going to go straight down the tunnel, it looks like. Again, no penalty on the play. The officials deemed that one as clean. And the physicality has really ramped up in this game. If you are just joining us, about the midway point of the second period, Carson Wells got run over from behind the net. He had to exit the game for some repairs, but rejoined towards the end of the period. And also towards the end of that period, Lyndon Hill took a punch to the face as well. So both goaltenders have now taken some significant contact. As now Wells has to make a save, he can't get a piece of it. And again, the 3-goal lead is restored for Onondaga. That's the way to answer back for a teammate. A great feed from behind the net. The recipient of that one is Trevor Hill, and he just fires that one over the right shoulder of Carson Wells, who was still looking over his shoulder. Couldn't react in time. Now 10-7 in favor of Onondaga. Are you having fun, George? I'm having fun up here in the booth here, folks. Hopefully you are too, and we thank you so much for joining us here on BC Sports TV. Again, we hope you join us for the late game as well. It'll be an all BC matchup. It'll be the BC champs in the Victoria Shamrocks taking on the host team in the Poco Saints. Start time at 8 p.m. live here on BC Sports TV. More lacrosse of the free variety coming to your screens and monitors. Now Simonson shoots, saved by Hill, and he'll fall on top of it. Not taking any risks with the rebounds here is Lyndon Hill. Shots now 42-41 in favor of the Warriors as they go back to the defensive side. Onondaga parking a player behind the net. Nick Thomas this time. As now the Redhawks get a shot on target, saved by Wells. Quick up to the far side boards. Levi Wolney with the pressure of Rio Johnson. A first period hat trick for one Rio Johnson. Hasn't found the back of the net since. But played a huge part of his team jumping out to a lead. Now pass to the outside, heavy shot blocked by Onondaga. 2 to shoot, Simonson fires it, and a save by Hill. Liam Elliott getting his shot blocked by a Redhawks defender. Now halfway through the third period. Arrow Booth from behind, pass to the middle, and a save by Wells. They grab the rebound. Johnson had that one loaded up, but a crease call goes against his Redhawks. That'll send the Warriors back the other way. Ben Royer. And correction, by the way, he has cousin Luke, not brother Luke, cousin Luke Royer join him onto the floor. Shout out to Jake Elliott for that correction. Janicek couldn't take that pass cleanly. Royer wrestled to the ground. Loose ball goes to the corner. Ben Royer throws a hit as Onondaga grabs the loose ball, and they'll send it up the floor. Mason Homer. Drop pass to Braille Abrams. Has a man on his back, pass down to Nick Thomas, reaching around. Great save by Wells. And he'll reach out and grab possession. Oh, almost falls back into his net. That was close. Simonson, drop pass. Finds Luke Royer. Return now to the far side. Sebastian Simonson surveys and sends it over to the near side. Dickin gets underneath, on top of the crease, falling shot saved by Hill. Long stretch pass out of the reach of Johnson. Thought he might have been able to take that one off the end boards, but Wells stops that one with his heels. Here's Elliott to Dewart. Down low, Simonson. Ben Royer joins into the play. 13 to shoot. Delayed call coming up against the Redhawks. Now Dewart gets underneath, circles back from the near side corner. 5 to shoot. 6 on 5. We go. Elliott, far side feed. Royer puts that one wide. And now the Warriors try to climb back within 2 here on the man advantage. What a game we have here, folks. Third period action. Just under 8 minutes to play. And this Edmonton Power Play is brought to you by Extreme Threads, your one-stop shop for customized team or company apparel, embroidery, screen printing, designs, and sublimated team uniforms. Now offering tents, banners, flags, decals, signs, and so much more. And you can check them out online, extremethreads.ca. Quick delay on the wipe of the floor. So Lyndon Hill will head back towards his crease. And it will be Sebastian Simonson starting off this power play. Near side, Dickin to Simonson. Luke Royer. Return now to Simonson, down low, and they score! Ben Royer reaches over top of Lyndon Hill and gets the Warriors back within 2. Lost behind the defense, sneaking behind the net. No defender comes over to him, or at least By the time they got there, it was just a second too late. And the undersized lefty in Ben Royer leaps straight into the air to go over top of Lyndon Hill. It's not too often you see the vertical jump. You usually see horizontal going across the crease. But Royer goes straight up and gets his team back within 2. Now face-off goes the way of Onondaga. Back to 5-on-5 action. Pass in front of the Edmonton bench to Vern Cook Jr. He sends that down low. Gabe Edwards took a heavy check. Now skip pass over the far side. Arrow Booth shot saved by Wells. And now a low pick. Looks like it was set on Levi. Wolney has some words for the officials. Thought that one should have been a call. He'll head off as his team goes the other way. Ben Royer, joined by Luke as well, but it's Ben on hat trick watch here. Pass to the near side, Janicek over to Elliott. Now Royer, over to Luke Royer. They get their motion to the works. 4 seconds to shoot, pass gets through, Simonson scores! It's a 5 spot for Sebastian Simonson. He continues to single-handedly keep his team in this game. As we now watch on, waiting for his sock trick tally. But the important thing now for the Warriors, they've gotten themselves within 1. We'll see if they can get over the hump this time around. Nick Thomas, far side feed. Late man into the play here is Garen John. Near side feed, Thomas again, toe drag. Shot over top of a defender, that one's saved by Wells. And now a penalty coming up here. It looks like, who's this gonna be against? Looks like Vern Cook Jr. is gonna head to the sin bin. A massive opportunity for Edmonton. And while I'm excited, let's just cool it down for a sec here, George, because I gotta tell everybody about the champagne of vehicles at Metro Ford. That's what they say about their vehicles, the champagne of vehicles. Are you ready for a new ride? Metro Ford of Port Coquitlam has you covered. You can check out our huge selection of quality vehicles and experience the Metro difference. Simonson running point again. Pass goes behind the net. Near side, Dickin returns it to Royer behind. Fake pass to the middle. Luke Royer has some room. Wants the one-timer. Dickin couldn't take it cleanly. That one deflects off a stick. Now Onondaga will just dump that one the length of the floor for Edwards to chase down. Wrap check there, no call. Edwards takes it again, takes a shot as well. The rebound goes through the middle. Collision. Simonson takes it away. Streaking down, 3-on-2. Simonson takes it himself, saved by Hill. Collision near center. Rice falls to the floor. Loose ball grabbed by Dickin. Janicek takes it. Absorbs a check as well as Rice gets onto the bench. Replaced by Nelson Jones. They get the shot off. Save, second chance. Great save, Lyndon Hill. Fresh 30 for Edmonton. Pass to the point. Dickin loads up. Far side feed. Simonson. Another save by Hill. The Onondaga goaltender continues to steal this show. And he might be a little bit shaken up here, folks, as the official calling for the trainer to come check out one Lyndon Hill. And I just hope this isn't related to the hit he took earlier. Again, a reminder, if you did miss any of that second period action, Lyndon Hill took a swift punch to the face and had to take some time. Now he's going to head back towards his bench. We'll see if this is just for some repairs or a quick breather or whatever, but Linden Hill, it's between him and Sebastian Simonson for players that have been stealing the show here in the John Bailey Arena. Sebastian Simonson now up to 5 goals in this game, had 9 coming into this through 3 games played. And I feel like I've been talking about him all tournament long in Linden Hill. He has impressed me so much. In the way that he's played throughout this tournament. Again, you look at the first game that Onondaga played, an 18-14 loss, and you wouldn't look at that as a strong performance from a goaltender. But that Poco offense is no joke, man. I mean, again, as a goaltender, you got to find a way to make the stops for sure, but I don't know, I liked what I saw from Linden Hill right off the hop, and I've continued to like what I've seen to this point, including through this game. Back to the action, big collision from the corner boards there. That'll be an interference call against Edmonton. Pass goes over to Jack Rice. How many times have we talked through this game about Jack Rice killing penalties on the offensive side here? 25 seconds until Vern Cook Jr. steps out of the box. Under 5 to play. Rice takes another big hit. Ball gets knocked loose, taken away by the Warriors. It's Caden Flett showing off his footwork to get between a couple of Onondaga forecheckers. Now Simonson, back to 5-on-5. Dewart sends it down low, pass to the middle, deflected. Dickens still looking for it, taken away, at least for a second by Onondaga. They keep possession though. Luke Royer fires it wide, rebound taken away by Nelson Jones. Just over 4 minutes to play. 1 goal lead for Onondaga. Nick Thomas, drop pass to Arrow Booth, working on his defender from the perimeter. Dances around from the outside, eats a wrap check, draws a penalty, and now it'll be Onondaga heading to the power play. And this Onondaga power play is brought to you by our friends over at the Cat and Fiddle, just down the road. I've been talking about them all intermission. Feels like all day I've been talking about the Cat and Fiddle with our boy Jeff Fisher over to my right. And they are proudly locally owned and operated for over 30 years and voted best pub in BC by the province. 2 covered and heated patios, traditional and famous pub fare, and a great atmosphere. Go see why the locals love them. Pass to the middle, saved by Wells. They grab the rebound, fresh 30 for Onondaga. Pass down low. They try that high-low one-timer once again. Unsuccessful. They get the ball right back, though, with Edmonton trying to go the other way. Arrow Booth is just going to let this one roll the length of the floor and try to eat as much clock as possible here. Now he'll collect from the far side corner in his own end and head back over center. Redhawks up by 1 on the power play here with just over 3 minutes to play. Rio Johnson takes a slash. No call. Has some words for the official afterwards as well. Now Cook Jr. has his shot saved by Wells. Johnson threw another check afterwards. No call there. Right in front of the officials. Referees letting them play in this, our second game of day number 4. Double team here for the Redhawks. Edmonton tries to go to work shorthanded on the offensive side. Taken away by Onondaga. Now here comes Gabe Edwards. Still on the power play for another 40 seconds with his team trying to reclaim the 2-goal lead. Here's Bucktooth Jr. Late man in is Trevor Hill. Near side feed, down low, Johnson. Comes over top, plenty of room, and an overzealous screen there set by Bucktooth Jr. And now that'll be a delay of game call going against Rio Johnson. He'll take his team off the power play. So we'll go 4-on-4 for the next 24 seconds. But then it'll turn into another power play here for the Warriors trying to tie this game. Plenty of room available here on the floor with 2 extra players gone. Vern Cook Jr. pleading with the official, but will not win that argument as he gets back onto his bench now. And now Onondaga calls a timeout here. The coaching staff didn't want it, but a player on the floor called it. Little miscommunication there between the Redhawks. And we'll see if this is a costly mistake. As you can see, not sure if we were able to catch it on our broadcast or not, but you can clearly see a player on the floor asking for a timeout, and all of the coaching staff and players from the bench screaming, no, no, no. But it is a timeout nonetheless in the dying stages here of the third period. And a reminder as well, if you do like what you see, we're going to continue to bring you all of this action through the Founders Cup live on BC Sports TV for free. And make sure you keep our eyes, or your eyes, tuned into all of our social channels: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, of course, at BC Sports TV. Our boy Ty Klarner pumping out these highlight videos for us. Man of the people, right there on your broadcast screens. But we are back to the action. 2:10 to play, 4-on-4. Shot saved by Hill. Rebound collected by an Onondaga defender, and they'll send this one up the floor. 5 seconds away from a power play here for the Warriors. Under 2 minutes to play. Trying to tie this game. Garen John, far side feed. Jack Rice gets underneath. Another massive penalty kill here for Rice as he sends that one to the near side. Shot from Cook Jr. off the mark. Now, Janicek will start the possession, but Edmonton's going to call a timeout here. So on a power play for the next minute and 19 seconds, only a minute 35 remaining. Edmonton's going to try to settle things down, get their offense to reconvene here and try to see what they can sort out to try to tie this game. And just to go back to our socials for a sec, if you guys haven't seen it yet, you got to go to the BC Sports TV Instagram. There's an incredible video, as I mentioned, Ty Klarner shooting that one from the early game, and just an incredible shot of one of the many hidden ball tricks through that game. Just a great angle of being able to see the deception caught on camera by Ty Klarner. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out on our Instagram. Jake Elliott with the call there as well. The iconic clip it Jake Elliott call. And we're going to continue to pump those videos out throughout our social media channels. Here at the Founders Cup. Back underway. Minute and a half to go here in the third period. Edmonton looking for the game's tying goal. Janicek steps into a shot, blocked, and a hit afterwards. So that one blocked by an Onondaga defender. They thought that went off of a Warrior helmet. And now the officials are going to come in to discuss. Don't know if all of them are quite on the same page here, so they will bring it in and try to figure out. The Redhawks look confident that that went off of a Warriors player last. We'll see if the officials reverse the call or not. Lyndon Hill pleading for a face-off. And they will reverse the call off of a Warriors stick last. What a break for Onondaga. A big collision there at center. Jack Rice loses the ball, but taken away. Trevor Hill goes the other way. Just over a minute remaining. About 45 seconds left in the penalty to Rio Johnson. Rice sends it behind the net. Thomas rounds the corner, saved by Wells. Waiting for that pass near center was Ben Royer. 45 seconds to play. Can the Redhawks hand the Warriors their first loss of the Founders Cup? Stewart to the point. Wells still on, or in between in the pipes. Shot saved by Hill. Rebound through the middle. They get a shot off and they put it wide and step through the crease. So 30 and a half seconds to play. It'll be Onondaga possession. Leading by 1. Warriors press. That pass goes all the way to the ceiling. Now Wells will get onto his bench and the Warriors will go 6-on-5. 23 seconds to play. Can they find the equalizer? Now down to 15. Pass to Janasek, deflected through the middle now. Who wants it? Goes to the corner. Under 10 seconds to play. Scramble play in the corner. And that will close out this game. The Onondaga Redhawks hand the Edmonton Warriors their first loss of the Founders Cup. 10-9 is your final, and what a game it's been here from the John Bailey Arena. As the Redhawks storm towards their goaltender, and he's got to be the MVP if you're asking me. Some crucial saves throughout this game. Going down to injury at one point. Still found a way to stay in, and just an incredible performance overall by Lyndon Hill. So the Signature Lacrosse Game MVP, sponsored by Extreme Threads. The sheet just got handed over to me now for the Redhawks. It will be Braille Abrams. 2 goals in this game, a massive part of this victory. And for the Warriors, of course, number 8 in Sebastian Simonson. 5 goals as he continue to pull his team back into the fight. But we're going to step aside for now here, ladies and gentlemen. Reminder, we do have the late game coming up, an 8 o'clock start time, and that'll be the all-BC matchup between the Poco Saints and the BC champs, Victoria Shamrocks. But for now, that'll be it. For our entire cast of characters, for cameraman extraordinaire George Parra, I've been Tino Farah. We've been BC Sports TV. Oh yeah, Jeff Fisher, you as well. And we will see you next time.